Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to make a case for a federal jobs guarantee program and how this is pro-labor. In my last video, I talked about how monopolies bring on stagnation. And the one thing the corporate powers have is a monopoly on labor in this country. And this has brought on stagnant wages for the last 40 years. And we are feeling the effects today very broadly. So to put things in numbers and keep things simple for this idea, we are going to say we will create a 40 million job federal guarantee program where the minimum requirements are to be a United States citizen and to have at least a high school diploma or equivalent. We'll break this up into two federal entities that exist today and are represented by unions. The Bureau of Land Management should get 20 million and the Corps of Engineers should get 20 million. They are both represented by unions. This is worker protection. The Bureau of Land Management will be in charge of doing scheduled burns in California, and we will work with private logging companies on how to properly log the forest so it will not be as dense as it is now, creating more fuel for fires. I've talked about this in a previous video. And we will also take care of our wetlands. And the second part is the Corps of Engineers. We will go through the country and we will take shuttered factories and update them, rebuild them, take on the cost of doing this, and then we can lease them to the private sector. This is a public-private project, but it takes away the monopoly of the corporations, of our life, of labor, and the stagnant wages. I cannot say this enough. There are those out there who will say the federal government can't do anything and everything should be privatized. But remember, the highway project after World War II was the Corps of Engineers. Every dam is the Corps of Engineers. And when the boomers took over, they stopped building. They stopped investing in infrastructure. And today, people in Atlanta have to boil water because the pipes are breaking. This is a job of the Corps of Engineers. If anybody says this is socialist, this is un-American, this is actually what America is. This is how we do it. Every citizen who wants to work and make this country better, they will have a guaranteed job to do so. They say we have a 3.7% unemployment rate, which is fantastic, but these are crap jobs. These are jobs at Walmart. Walmart has 250,000 of its employees on SNAP benefits. That is a subsidy to the Walton family. They pay horrible wages where nobody can live on it. Taxpayers subsidize their profits with our money. Their employees are on SNAP, they are on public assistance for housing, and they are on Medicaid. So this is a subsidy to the rich. When you add those three things up, Walmart itself extracts $6.2 billion from taxpayers to give to the Walton family. A federal jobs guarantee program will allow Walmart employees to leave and take a job that can actually pay a living wage. Right now, the federal minimum wage is $15 an hour. With a federal jobs guarantee program, we don't have to have a minimum wage for the private sector. They have to compete with the federal jobs guarantee program. That is competition, and competition is the free market. We will no longer subsidize corporations with our money so they can pay people not a living wage. As we look to the future of our country, as we look to the government we are electing, we need to make a change. We need a country with a society that loves their country because they are being well cared for. This is not a handout. This ends handouts. A federal guaranteed jobs program is estimated to cost between $400 and $500 billion a year. But let me take you down another cost. It is estimated that this federal guaranteed jobs program will eliminate $100 billion from unemployment that we're paying out. That lowers the cost. It will increase tax revenue by 31 to 40 billion dollars a year. So that takes away from the cost of it. It will ensure that people have enough money to spend in the economy with security because they are protected by a union. This increases capacity and demand. This is a job creator. It is something that will stabilize our society, which we desperately need to get back to. Remember the expansion after World War II, where the middle class boomed and we were the shining light on the hill. We can get back to that. We must fight for it. We must unite behind a federal guaranteed jobs program. And companies like Amazon and companies like Walmart will do anything to dissuade you from this. If you work in an Amazon fulfillment center right now, would you rather be with the Bureau of Land Management or with the Corps of Engineers, union protected job security? Or are you happy with the status quo of corporations and the billionaires taking all of our money, all of our wealth, and keeping it for themselves? Together, we can build a society where opportunity is not for the privileged few, but a guarantee for all of us. We can ensure that every American has an opportunity to give into and benefit from their labor in creating the greatest country in the world, the best America has ever been. As always, in solidarity, my brothers and sisters, remember to subscribe and share, and never forget, labor matters.